The final match for the USA Archery 2019 U.S. Open is on deck.
Welcome to the final match of the day, U.S. Archery 2019 U.S. Open. This is match number 6, the Compound Men's Gold Medal Match. From Nevada, in lane number 2, Matt Sullivan. And from New York, Louis Price.
Well, Crystal, I'm Greg White, Crystal Govan here as we get ready for this match. Not the largest household names in archery that we have seen, you know what I mean, in years, but Matt Sullivan, unbelievable on the U.S. national team. And Price, he might be a, first-timer for a lot of people out there.
Yeah, but he's nothing to cough at. He has been dominant this entire tournament. Both days of qualification he led by significant margins. And Matt Sullivan, World Cup team member, has just been on fire the last 2 years. What wind? What pressure?
Unbelievable. Now this guy right here, he knows pressure. He dressed it just a
I
little
think it's
bit.
just off.
Mm-hmm.
Again, for those at home not used to archery scoring, the arrow must touch the line to get the higher scoring value.
You can see some movement.
Another X?
I mean, it looked like for a moment, too, that it dipped just as he released it, and it just went right where it needed to go.
9.
Cumulative scoring. Every point matters in this competition.
And for the first time all day, we see Louis out there shooting by himself. No coach in the coach's box. No spotting scope even, so he has no idea where his arrows are going. All he can tell is what is being announced over in terms of score value.
9.
So it looks like 999 for Matt Sullivan, and a 10-10-9 possibly for Price. Crystal, with what you just mentioned about Price and no spotting scope, no coach, how risky is that? Have you ever put yourself in that position?
No, I never would, but it's what makes you comfortable. And obviously that's standing up there on the line and just shooting the arrows is what makes him feel comfortable. You know, maybe that makes him not feel like he's in a finals field and big pressure. He's just out back in the backyard shooting some arrows. But with these windy conditions, that means it's going to be really hard if a gust comes up or, conditions change with the wind. He's not going to be able to correct as quickly as someone with a coach or a spotting scope to know where those arrows are.
All right, this is our compound senior men gold medal match here at the U.S. Archery 2019 U.S. Open. Have to give a shout out to our other classes. You've seen this is our 6th class, but there were also para classes and master classes as well, 13 total. So 7 classes already wrapped up their gold medal matches. So congratulations to all the podium finishers, the winners. And Crystal, nearly 570 archers came out to compete in these 3 days of competition for USA Archery. Unbelievable.
It's just incredible. And this field we're shooting on here in Dublin, Ohio is incredible. Soccer fields, but we had bales stretched out almost 3/4 of a mile long. I mean, it was just incredible.
9.
So Matt Sullivan again not finding the 10 ring just yet.
So can Louis capitalize on this here and really... You saw it on his face.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even need to see the target there.
At this level, these archers have thrown so many arrows downrange. They know when it breaks, if it's in or not. There it is
And
for
there
Matt.
he found not just a 10, but an X. And again, you see that look at grimace.
Yep.
Gives the sight a couple clicks.
9.
Oof. All right, so Louis Price just gave his sight a couple clicks. What do you mean?
So there's a little knob on it. He hit low on his first 2 arrows, so he must be able to see at least shadows to know that they were low. And this one should be, and it was higher, just too high.
Yeah, might have been an overcorrection or just he knew when it broke high. But, he's a younger man, so maybe, it's 50 meters, he can actually see down there. That boat sank for me a long time ago. See how I did that there? The ship sailed. I'm now changing it to the boat sank.
So great shot there of the arrows up close. Judge is going to call them. And again, cumulative scoring, 15 arrows total.
Now what's interesting is looking at Matt Sullivan's target. And there's a world champion pulling arrows for him. His teammate on the USA
Undefeated on the international stage.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah. So anyway, looking at his arrows, what I find very interesting is that the way Easton kind of, talks about their arrows, the X10 Pro Tour seemed to be more designed for the compound side of things, but we've seen more and more archers shooting the X10. Which
it really comes down to a spine. So what spine works the best coming out of your bow? The recurve, the typical X10 is going to be in 500 increments. So, a 450, a 500, a 550, 600. Whereas the Pro Tours are going to be in slightly different increments of 470, 420, 520. So finding that right spine is crucial with a compound. You really want to be able to tune everything, dial it perfectly for your setup.
Yeah, because when it's as calm as you like it, as now Price is starting to relinquish his lead. Sullivan finding his rhythm, getting in there, and this is the danger of Matt Sullivan.
These conditions he thrives in. Steve Anderson put it perfectly earlier today. He just rails in this light wind tournament after tournament.
All right, so Price back on. You saw just for a moment him grab that bottom knob. So he grabbed another click. And, ooh, Matt, just high. And you can see the movement in his bow arm. And he sent a
Another
9 for that one for Price. So far what we've seen is, we saw Price come, our number one qualifier, come out of the gate strong with a 29. And we thought, wait, what wind, right? Now, and then a 27 for him. And Sullivan started with a 27, now a 28. Or at second end at 28. So it's kind of slow and steady for Matt Sullivan at the moment.
And we're all tied up now.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 ends to go, so 6 arrows left in the match. Anybody's game at this point.
So all three of these, these two shooters in the 3 ends that they've shot have shot the same scores equally. Each have shot a 29, each have shot a 27, each have shot a 28.
Yep.
Just done it in different orders.
Exactly.
So 2 ends to go, 6 arrows, tied at 84. The gold medal on the line for the 2019 US Open.
And they're tied, so Louis, who was the top seed, gets to go first.
If you had a choice, would you like to shoot first or second?
I always picked first. You want to put the pressure on, put a 10 down range, and make them match it.
Beautiful.
Nice X.
Just in that moment, the wind started to back off a little bit, and it keeps picking up and down as Matt Sullivan.
So we have a 1-point lead now for Louis.
Mm-hmm. You can just see the confidence on the release when it hits that 10 ring. You just kind of can feel it.
Yeah, looks much more solid this end than we've seen previous end. Oh my.
Wow.
Not what we expected to see out of Matt.
I have a feeling it's been years since Matt Sullivan shot a 7. I don't know the answers with an 8. So again,
So
we talked
something
about
happened
this.
there.
Yeah, the door was open to really kick it shut for Price. Ooh, see, that was an opportunity, I thought, for Sullivan to try to at least get within 2 points. You know, if he could have shot that 10,
Yep.
then that damage would have been a little less. Now, we're calling it an 8, so maybe it was a 7-8 liner. But this could be a 2-point swing.
But here's where the archers may not be feeling any wind on them, but we definitely saw some pickup of the flags downrange. So that could have carried both of those arrows.
So on the archer strings, there's a peep sight. They look through the peep sight, a little tiny hole, into, the scope. How is it that you can pay attention when you're at full draw to what the conditions are doing, even when you have the benefit of having flags all over the place?
You really don't have full draw. You do it before you draw back the bow, as you're drawing back the bow, quick look. But once you're at full draw, you just have to commit to what you have already set as your aiming point. So 2-point lead right now for Louis. with 3 arrows left.
Mm-hmm. So what we have officially is going to be 28 points for Price on that last end and 25 for Sullivan. So it's a 112 to 109 advantage in our final end of competition, our final 3 arrows. Gold medal and title of 2019 U.S. Open champion on the line. There's nothing Matt Sullivan can do but just bury 3 of these in the 10 ring.
And we know he can do it.
Yep.
These guys shoot 30s after 30 after 30. But that's not how he wanted to open.
Mm-mm.
Good 10.
Yep. Price is putting himself in a position to just protect gold, meaning if we get to this final arrow and all he has to do is put it in the gold to win.
It's a great group, just not in the middle. Oh, so he gave some points back.
Oh, not a huge disaster at the moment.
No, but this is not, again, compound archery. We're used to seeing 10 after 10 after 10. So both the women's and the men's matches have been a bit surprising.
This is for the gold medal. And a 9.
That's all he needed.
That's all he needed. So we'll go down and get official scoring. And you can see the handshake as Matt Sullivan congratulating our gold medalist Price prematurely.
And you see, neither one's really celebrating. This wasn't a match they're going to walk away feeling too good about.
I think Tanya Jensen really said it the best. Usually there's nerves because you're shooting 10s, but in this case it was just hold that yellow. There were some great ones, but confirmation that Louis Price is the gold medalist, the winner here in Ohio. And he is going to hang out with PJ and give us his take on this spectacular gold medal match.
All right, Louis, that was an unusual match for compound senior men. Tell me about it.
Oh my gosh, the wind is crazy right now. The practice, I barely even practiced before the match because it was like gonna just get in my head and make me do worse. So I was just like, me and Matt both just stopped practicing, and I actually went and grabbed my button out of the car because I wasn't sure if I'm gonna need it or not. So, but I didn't use it, so it was crazy.
Well, tell me how you stay in that, because you came out of the gates with a 28 or 29, I forget what it was, but then it kind of fell out. When was the last time you even shot an 8?
I didn't shoot an 8. Actually, I shot an 8 in eliminations, I think, once today. Other than that, the weekend has been really good to me, so I didn't shoot too many. But what we were thinking is just we're going to go out there and just give it our all, because you never know what the wind's going to bring us. It could gust us right off the target and we miss, hit each other's target, whatever. But so, yeah, it was nuts.
Last arrow, tell me what you're feeling, because you knew what you needed to win. How did that feel?
Well, I was disappointed with the 8. Didn't feel that bad. It went off a little right, but I didn't know why it hit low. So the last one I was just like, okay, just make a good shot and go from there. And that's what I did, I guess.
All right, Louis, well, congratulations. National champ yesterday, U.S. Open champ today.
That's awesome. It feels good.
Well, Crystal Govin, quite a tournament. We saw a lot of double gold medalists here this weekend at the 135th U.S. National Target Championships that led into today's elimination matches for the 2019 U.S. Open. Your thoughts?
Great tournament. Couldn't ask for anything nicer. Between the venue, the organizers running it, the scoring system, everything just worked and flowed flawlessly this week.
Outstanding by Dublin, Ohio for welcoming us here, and the weather held off. It was fantastic. Well, for the entire Competition Archery Media crew and Crystal Govin, I'm Greg White. Thanks for joining our coverage of the 2019 U.S. Open.
Get in the red zone. Carbon Express's small diameter Maxima Red SD, taking big game hunting to an all-new level, making other competitors' single spine arrows obsolete. Patented tri-spine technology controls arrow flight, delivering better downrange energy and accuracy, all in a small diameter shaft. Think you're shooting the best hunting arrow in the game? Think again. Stay in the red zone. Assume nothing and shoot Carbon Express.
We don't build these bows to be different. We build them to be better. We're the outsiders, the mavericks, the fearless. We forge our own path. We're not chasing anyone, but we know what they're running from. It's an obsession, and the obsessed never rest.
Vince Lombardi once said, winning is not a sometime thing. It's an all-time thing. You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. I've learned in my career I'm only as good as the tools I use.
12 for Levi Morgan.
One chance, one moment, one shot.
USA Archery's 2019 US Open is brought to you by Win and Win. Winning in action, winning in spirit.